Hey everybody, how's it going? Like Butter here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Division video, and this is my first vendor sales video that I've done since I think 1.2. I used to go through like the vendors to see if there's anything that you guys can get to upgrade your builds, and over time the vendors became less and less relevant, but in 1.4 and especially now 1.5, the vendors are better than ever, and they are very worth checking out because you may like find something there, since it is complete RNG, that is going to help out your build drastically. So before we get into this video, I do want to let you know that this is going to be cut up into two videos. We're going to be posting one for all the Dark Zone vendors, and then we're going to do another one for all the vendors outside the Dark Zone. So that's going to include like the terminal, all the safe houses, base of operations, that stuff. But we're starting here in the base of operations because there is a Dark Zone gear vendor here that you can unlock in the security wing. But before we go into the items and what's on sale, I do want to let you guys know that there is something weird going on with YouTube lately where my videos aren't showing up in people's feed. I don't know what it is. A lot of big YouTubers have been talking about it recently. And just to ensure that you guys get notified of my videos, if you could just scroll right below this video, whether you're on mobile or you're on your PC, there should be right next to my name a little bell that you can tick. I'll show you guys on screen here. You just scroll down, hit that little bell, and then click send me notifications, and you guys should be able to get all of the notifications when my videos go live. And I hope you guys see this. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's been super frustrating. It's been kind of unmotivating for me because I'm sitting here, you know, my last video that I posted, I put like 5 to 6 hours of editing into it, and a lot of people didn't get notified that that video went live. But regardless, okay, let's get right into the vendor sales. So we're going to start here at the base of operations. So this Dark Zone vendor is selling a military SA-58. This is a burst rifle. Most burst rifles in this game aren't very good right now, although I've heard good things about the FAL. There's still way better options out there. So when it comes to this, I wouldn't even really check it. Spec Ops armor, so this is robust. Now if you are just getting into the World Tier 5 and you don't have like, you know, any good 256 gear, maybe this would be something you would pick up. But if you look at the price here, 277,000 credits, I wouldn't waste your time with this. It's got health on kill and health and increased XP. All these stats are pretty bad. 1214 isn't super high either, so I would skip that. Electronics mod, this is 250 electronics, and it has 2.5% exotic damage resilience. You always want armor on your stats until they change the way armor works. But as of right now, you can't hit max mitigation even if you try without using talents like robust or stable, or not stable. What is it? Sturdy? I think it's called sturdy. So don't really worry about this. The 2.5% exotic damage resilience is nowhere going to be even close to as helpful as, like, say 240 to 50 armor. High velocity magazine. Now this magazine actually isn't that bad. If you're using like a Bison or some sort of weapon that already has a very large magazine, this might be a good pickup because it's going to give you 7.5% crit chance. It's going to give you a little bit of magazine size, which isn't much, you know, just 9%. But like I said, on the Bison, you know, the Bison starts with like, what, 53 bullets. This may increase it up to like 56 or something. I don't know. But maybe you check this out, but for the most part, you want an extended mag, so I wouldn't really worry about that. And then also, you know, you can get your seal caches. So we're going to go to the top left-hand corner of the Dark Zone, and we're going to make our way in a U this direction. I figured since we, like, read from left to right, it'd make a little bit more sense just to go around. There's some rogues right inside this checkpoint here, but unfortunately, we're sitting here just trying to see what's worth buying, so it's not going to be worth going in there and trying to kill them. Okay, so this is DZ6 West. So let's see what they have here. M1911. Oh my god, Feilau, please. Feilau, please? Okay, she stopped. Alright, so we have an M1911 here. Most of the time, you're either going to want like a 93R or a first wave X45. M1911s aren't super good, so I would skip this. You know, especially not spending 332,000 Dark Zone credits. That's insanity. Spec Ops pads, these are kind of bad. Most of the talents on high-end knee pads are just not worth getting at this point. I don't know why they haven't been updated, because they have a lot of talents that were like this rewards from accolades are tripled. Like, that's so completely useless. I don't know why they would even have that talent in the game anymore. Hopefully in the future they do those. So if you're gonna do like a high-end build, I highly suggest just getting I think it's short bows, knee pads, where it reduces the fuse of your grenades. That's what I would go with. Sticky bomb damage here if you're using a sticky bomb build, but keep in mind that the sticky bomb damage to players did get reduced recently because there was a bug. PEQ-15 laser sight. These aren't very good anymore because they just give you accuracy. These used to be really good on SMGs because they would give you hipfire accuracy, and it would allow you to like accurately hipfire like the Mp7 or like the Mp5 or something like that. But definitely not worth picking up now. You much rather go with like a grip or something that's going to give you some stability. So let's go to the next one here at West 46th Street. So this is going to be DZ5. Let's see if there's anything here that we can pick up. I do remember from last night's stream that there is a couple of must-buys. So at the end of the video, at each one of these, we're going to talk about the must-buy items and tell you guys why we should buy these. And speaking of must-buy items, this MP5 is fantastic. It's very good. Okay, I got an idea, guys. Since there's like supply drops or whatever, we're going to turn this dialogue volume off. Okay, so that can stop happening. Fei Lao is super annoying. Why don't you get your leg fixed before you start telling me about supply drops? Okay, so this Navy Mp5N is ridiculously good. It has deadly, unforgiving, and destructive. Now, destructive is pretty good to have on SMGs because one of the worst things about SMGs right now is that they're good in PvP, but they struggle hard in PvE because the NPCs are really strong. It's hard to get close enough to do your maximum amount of damage, and also just the damage output just isn't there for some machine guns. Like, it's not like it was where you had a bunch of, you know, fire rate. You can't get that much fire rate anymore. So destructive isn't that bad. Now, if you're doing an alpha bridge build, I might suggest rolling destructive here for adept or competent. That way you can have like adept and competent, and then on your other gun you can have like brutal, vicious, and like, you know, either adept or competent on that, and then you don't really need destructive because you're putting out so much damage from your talents. But if you're using this for maybe like a Predator's Mark build, or you just want to use it for like Firecrest, I don't know, just something where you're only going to be using one weapon and 3 talents, then I would roll Deadly here for Brutal. So those are 2 options you can have there. Operator Pack, this has increased skill power by 15% while at full health. This isn't very good. It's electronics. I wouldn't worry about that. Performance mod, Ballistic Shield, Damage Resilience if you like using maybe defense or one of those. There's a really strong shield build right now that uses Colonel Bliss's holster and decisive, and you can wreck people, so maybe you want some Ballistic Shield damage there. Extended mag, 104% magazine size, 2.5% crit hit chance, and 5.5% fire rate. I'm actually going to grab one of these. This is a level 34 extended mag. I'm going to buy one of these for my FAMAS because I was checking earlier and I didn't have one that had rate of fire on my FAMAS. This is actually going to increase my DPS about 2k. So I'm going to put that on there. It's good that it's got the crit chance and the fire rate, so maybe you guys want to pick that up. Definitely not a must buy, but I think the Mp5N might reach the must-buy section. So let's go 1 checkpoint south here and check out and see if there's anything there that we need. Oh, that didn't go. Okay. So we're going to go to West 42nd Street now, which is DZ3. And we'll see if there's anything there. Now, I do remember, I think it's all the way on the north side of the map, the northeast side. There's something that you guys are all going to want to grab for sure. It even upgraded my build, and my build's been min-maxed for like a week. Okay, so we have a Super 90 here that has Predatory, Deadly, and Meticulous. Definitely not too great. The Super 90 seems to have kind of fell off, although it is very, very strong in survival, but that's because people don't have min-max builds. Super 90, definitely not worth picking up for that price for sure. We have a backpack here that has Resourceful. All healing applied to you is also applied to your skill objects. I thought this would be really cool with like a Firecrest build, because if you know, the flame turrets last super long and they're hard to kill, and if you were to heal yourself and then it would like heal your skills as well, so you like your turret, I thought that would be pretty cool. But it's kind of like a trolley item. I don't think it's that worth it. I think if you're gonna go with a high-end backpack, you definitely want to go with specialized. So here is a prototype performance mod, 5% first aid ally heal. This isn't super good unless you're doing like, I mean, I guess you could do the heal that heals yourself mostly, which is overdose, and then get some first aid ally heal on the side, but definitely not worth it, I don't think. Another mag here, which is 100% mag size, 3% crit hit chance, and 4.6% rate of fire. Definitely a downgrade from the last mag that we just bought. Although I think it was like, what, 0.5% lower crit chance, the higher rate of fire and the higher magazine size is going to be worth it. So no must buys there. I don't know if like there would be any reason to get that extended mag over the one that was just one place higher than that. So we'll see. Okay, so this is also in DZ3. There's actually 2 checkpoints on the west that's in DZ3. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's see if there's anything in here that we need to get. Now, we haven't seen too many weapons. Usually there's like at least one weapon. I mean, that MP5 was pretty good, but here we go. Infantry MG5. Okay, this is a very, very strong LMG here. Unforgiving, brutal, and predatory. Predatory in the 3rd slot, which is going to allow you to heal 35% of your health over 20 seconds every time you kill a target. This is going to be very, very strong in PvE. If you're a PvE player and you're using an LMG build, maybe you're using Lone Star or even Alpha Bridge, this is a must buy for you. It has a decent amount of damage to targets out of cover too. 14% is high, 14.1% damage, not too bad too. Don't forget my firearms is kind of low because I'm running like a tank DPS build, so that may vary on your end. But if I were to use this in a Lone Star build, I would probably roll Unforgiving for like destructive, or you might be able to keep Unforgiving, but I would like Vicious or something else here. But Unforgiving might be good too. A lot of people have kind of been swaying my opinion on Unforgiving. I think it's a lot better than I used to think it was. Here, once again, high-end knee pads, usually just skip over those. Seeker Mine damage, if you're doing like the cluster build, you could try to pick up one of those, but I doubt it's worth it. Osprey, 45 suppressor, accuracy, stability, headshot damage, reduced threat. For the most part, when you're getting a suppressor, you want to get the one that I have on mine. I think it's called the large suppressor. Let me see. It is the Omega rifle suppressor. Either this, or you can get, I think this is the one, yeah. It has headshot damage, and then it has a little bit of stability and accuracy, or you can get crit chance, crit damage. But for the most part, you want to get one of those. The FDE suppressor doesn't seem to be that good. So let's go one more south here. So far, there's been some items definitely worth. I would pick up that MG5 if you're into LMGs. I'm not really a huge LMG player, so for me, it would... Oh my good lord. Dude, the streets of New York are rough. Good lord. Okay. So I actually got like a really good rolled M4 today that I'm pretty happy about. Sorry for my voice cutting out, by the way. I don't know why it's been doing that lately. My voice has been cutting out. I think it's because I'm like partially sick, like always. But it rolled pretty well, and I'm going to be making an updated video for my build because I'm going to switch builds soon because I got this Urban MDR yesterday in a supply cache, or a survival cache, so I want to try this out. This is like a really decent one, so I want to see how good it is with Sentry's Call. And so yeah, like usually what I like to do is I like to do a build video right before I switch to something else, just in case like I ever have to go back and look at what it was. Okay, first wave M1A. This actually isn't too bad. I think the M1A is weak compared to how it was, but I do think it's a bit underrated. Like, I think the M1A is still decent if you're like a PvE player and you're trying to put out large amounts of damage. Maybe you're like running a support build for your team and you're doing like sentry tank or something like that. This might be a really good pickup because the requirements aren't super high. You got Vicious in the last slot, which is good, so you can output some damage. Maybe you can roll either for Brutal here, or if you know you want to roll Unforgiving. A bunch of things you can do here. Unforgiving probably wouldn't be that good though, because if you're using a sniper rifle, you're probably in the back of your team, so you're not taking as much damage. But for 416,000, this is a little steep. The M1A is not even close to what it used to be. So we have a backpack here that has Relentless. 5% of your damage dealt by skills is returned as healing. I thought that this would be a really cool talent to use with maybe like a sticky bomb build if you're doing like a full glass cannon BFB build, because you would like return a lot of like healing, but I don't think it's that worth it. I would just go for Specialize if you were going to. But if you look at the rolls on this, 1261 is almost max. You got armor, which is the best in slot, and then you have ammo capacity, which is the best in slot here. You know, if you're running like an Alpha Bridge build or something. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool to mess around with if you have some extra Dark Zone credits, but it is 270,000. It's probably not worth it. Small laser pointer, it's going to give you accuracy. You don't want that. For most of your underbarrels, you're usually looking for stability or crit damage. I think the small grips give you crit damage, which I'm using on my M4. Okay, so we're almost halfway around the Dark Zone. There's been a couple of items. That MG5 I got my eye on. I'm not sure if I'll pick it up because I already have a really good MG5, but maybe like, you know, you don't play the game as much. Like, I play this game a stupid amount because it's my full-time job, so I have items that most other people probably don't have. The M700 Carbon here, I'm actually a huge fan of this rifle, and this is the better version of this rifle too. But the headshot damage, that seems decent, but toxic, capable, and elevated, I would probably skip that one for sure. Gunslinger, which has electronics, and it has forceful, which is increased armor by 15% while the user's signature skill is active. That's completely useless. Yep, skip that. Performance mod 2, pulse critical hit chance. This is good. This is good. I'm actually going to grab this because I'm starting to think like the extra crit chance on pulse might be a little bit better than the self-heal. So I'm going to grab 2 of those, and we'll just hold on to that for now. So if you use pulse like I do, that might be good. Once again, you usually just want an extended mag, so you can skip that. And let's go over to the next one, which I believe is, what is it? Let's see, down here in the middle. It is 5th Ave. Okay, let's go to 5th Ave and check out what they got there for us. Hopefully they got something good. I want to see like a good sniper rifle. Like those last 2 sniper rifles were pretty questionable as far as like, you know, grabbing those. And you got to remember, these are a lot of Dark Zone credits for these weapons, so you want to make sure it's something that you really want. Like that MG5 would be worth it for sure. Okay, here we go. This is a good one as well. Another really, really strong PvE weapon here. Brutal, Sustained, and Predatory. I would roll Sustained for something else. Destructive, probably, if you're going to do this for PvE. That would be a really nice weapon. I'm a huge fan of the RPK. Once again, skip the high-end knee pads. Electronics mod here has health. That's really bad. 552 Hollow Sight. This is really, really good. It's a tan, 7.5% crit chance, 2.5% stability, 6.0% headshot damage. That's a really good sight there. I'm going to grab one of those just in case. And it's only 24,000 credits. I would definitely pick one of those up. Like, for the most part, I will always put the most amount of crit chance I can get on my overbarrel. This might even be better than what I have. Let me see. So wait, it's saying that it's completely the same. What was I using? I was using this 2, 6. Okay, so it's exactly the same, but it's got stability instead of accuracy. Yeah, that's actually really good, and it looks way better. That other site was looking pretty shitty, but that's really, really good there. That's a must grab for sure, if you don't have a good optics. Okay, let's go over here to the next one. I'm actually shocked that there was something there that good, and then the other stuff you really don't need to worry about, the performance mod and whatnot. Okay, so we're here at East 31 Street. What you got for me, lady? Okay, Marine Super 90. It has Brutal, Determined, and Trained. Definitely not worth it. Skip the knee pads. Sticky Bomb Radius. I mean, sure. Sticky Bomb's got nerfed, though. Don't forget. Another 5.52 Holosight. This isn't as good as the last one. Grab the other one for sure. So, items are starting to be a little slow here. Hopefully it'll heat up. Actually, I know that it'll heat up because, spoiler alert, I know that there's something all the way in DZ6 that you guys are going to want to pick up for sure, 100%. Alright. So, East 34th? Oh, that's a new one. 34th Street. Let's see what you got, guy. Another Marine Super 90. Oh my god. Knee pads again. Oh my god. What is that? Turret duration. That might be not so good. Mk5 scope 15 times. Tan. 6% headshot damage. 3% crit chance. 2% accuracy. I think it's the scopes. Is it the tan scopes that roll lower? I think it is. I wouldn't worry about this. I don't think it's that good. It looks like it goes on my police M4, but I think I'm all set with that. But I'm pretty sure you can get higher headshot damage on other scopes there. I would just look out for that and check to see if it's something better than what you have. If it is, I mean, then go for it. But I'm definitely not going to be picking that up. It's actually kind of interesting to me that some of these things I've actually bought, even with my build being as min-max as it is. Some of these things are worth grabbing because just a little bit can help. East 40th Street. Let's see. Come on, lady. Tactical ACR. Okay, those rolls are garbage. It's got high enemy armor damage, though. Tactical holster. Health regeneration kicks in twice as fast. That's really bad. Smart cover duration. Small grip. Here you go. Here you go. This might be good here. Crit damage, reload speed, stability. That's not bad. 16% crit damage. I think I have 18% on mine. Let me check really quick. I might pick that up for my FAMAS, though. Crit 18, 2.5, and 2. Okay. I'm going to grab 2 of these, just in case. Because I think I want to put one on my FAMAS because I didn't have a good grip. Yeah. So this is going to bring my DPS up about 5k. So that's good. Gives me a little bit more reload speed, a little bit of stability, and it increases my damage a bit, too. And I noticed, like, I was trying, like, optimal range on the rifles that I was using, but the rifles that I like using are the ones that have really high rate of fire, and the really high rate of fire rifles are going to be hard to control at long range anyways, so I don't think the optimal range is really going to help that much, even if it's something like 40% like the vertical grip can give you. Alright, East 42nd Street. Burst Fire Mp5A4. Absolutely not. Increased skill power by 50% while signature skill is active. That's complete garbage. 7.0% support station duration. Now, if you run support station, that's good. Like I was running a reclaimer build the other day that I was testing out. It was a little fun for a bit. You want to grab this for sure because you want that support station to last longer for your team. Then we got a Tyrant Suppressor, which is 7% crit chance, 4.5% optimal range, 2.5% stability, 44% reduced threat. Don't forget, guys, if you need to know what reduced threat is, basically your threat is your aggro to the NPCs. So the NPCs are going to focus the players that have more threat. So, for example, if you have, like, you know, 50% reduced threat and your teammate has only 40% reduced threat, they're going to shoot the 40% player. So that's good if you're doing like glass cannon builds. I really like running suppressors on my guns, just so if I'm playing in a group, I don't get focused. Although I am running kind of a tank build, so maybe I do want to put on a loud vent break sometime. Okay, another tactical ACR here. The tactical ACR I feel like is very underrated. Like the ACR is good. I was using the ACR for a couple days. These rolls aren't super great. Destructive is okay. Accurate. Sustained isn't great. Like I'd much rather have predatory because you're getting much more. Like killing a target increases your health by 6%. I mean, yeah, that's great, but you know, I would much rather get something like predatory where I heal for 35% of my health. Knee pads, skip those as always. Oh, 7.5% turret duration. Okay, so if you guys are going along with me and you bought the 7%, you're gonna hate me right now, I'm sorry, but there's 7.5% here, so I would grab that, unless the other one was 7.5% and I'm just really dumb. But muzzle brake here, stability, crit damage, accuracy, definitely not something you want to grab. I would just stay with the large suppressor or whatever it's called. Alright, so last but not least, as far as the checkpoints go, we're going to be checking out this checkpoint at East 53rd Street. I will tell you right now, spoiler alert, there is something in here that you guys are going to want to buy. And I'll explain why here in a second. So, okay. So, military G36, definitely not, you know, too good of rolls. This is what you guys want right here. Wait. Yeah. This is what you guys want. Okay. So, we have Savage Gloves. Now, Savage Gloves, in my opinion, are still one of the strongest high-end talents in the game. You're going to get 7% against targets out of cover. There's so many ways to get targets out of cover. If you're shooting NPCs, they're almost always out of cover because they're rushing you and whatnot. And that 7% crit chance is huge because it's going to go with your weapon talents. It's going to go with any type of crit damage that you have, any type of crit chance. Like, it's going to help everything. So that is enormous. It has 1299 assault rifle damage, 16% crit damage, 5.0% crit chance. Now, these are what you want on Savage Gloves. You want crit damage, crit chance, and then you want whatever weapon you're using. Now, this used to be really good for health on kill because I think it was like a stupid amount. It was like, I don't know, like 10% or something. So it would help a good amount there. But now it's just not worth it. Like 4% health on kill is just stupid low. So you just want to get either assault rifle damage. So if you're getting assault rifle damage, or you're using assault rifles, which it is the assault rifle meta right now, then this is huge because this is a decent assault rifle damage roll, and then you can roll for whatever you want. If you want stamina, you can roll for high stamina. If you need higher firearms here, that's fine. This is kind of a lowish roll for firearms. It's like, I think 1147 is the lowest. So it's a bit low, but the good thing is that you can just roll it for whatever you need. Maybe you even need electronics. Maybe you're doing like an electronics build or something. I don't know. You can roll it for electronics, and it has a really high armor amount. This is why I switched it out, because I had two gloves here. So these were the Savage Gloves that I was using. These here. I had 1238 stamina. I had 15% crit hit damage, 1316 assault rifle damage, and 5.5% crit chance. And then I looked at the armor roll. The armor roll is really, really low. So this was going to give me 74 more armor, plus 1% more crit damage. Now, it took away 0.5% of crit chance, which is okay, and I ended up rolling 1269 because I think I rolled these babies like, I don't know, 6 times or something. So you can roll it a bunch of times to get whatever you need. So I think that those are in the must-buy category. So let's see what here: performance mod, ballistic shield damage, muzzle brake, stability, crit chance, accuracy. Probably nothing you want to grab. Alright, so we're going to go into the safe houses in the dark zone now. There's rogues roaming about, so this might be fun, but I'm going to cut the video here, and we're just going to fade it into each safe house so it doesn't waste time. See you guys in a second. Alright, so we're going to go from north to south. So this is DZ6. Let's see if there's anything here worth grabbing. So there's a Tactician's Authority mask here. This mask is actually very good if you're doing a Tactician's build. 1264 stamina, which is one of the highest rolls you can get. I would roll the health on kill here for either exotic damage resilience or something else. But if you want to keep the health on kill for whatever reason, you can always roll the minor attribute here. Burn resistance to enemy armor damage. I think enemy armor damage is the best minor attribute you can get on your mask. Banshee's Shadow chest piece, a little low on the stamina roll. Health, damage to elites, definitely not good here unless you're running a PvE build. But then again, what would a PvE build be running if you're running Banshees? That's just stupid. Banshees is a Dark Zone set, so that's kind of lame. Lone Star backpack, 1242 electronics, which is a good amount. A high armor roll and disrupt resistance. Not a bad Lone Star bag if you guys need like a Lone Star bag and you need like a, you know, firearms or firearms, electronics, or stamina, because it already has a high armor roll. So if you want to roll for firearms, you could get a very good roll there, and not a bad backpack. It's actually pretty good. Usually I like to get in my minor attribute ammo capacity here, but that's more of a quality of life thing. You don't actually need it, but since we go on huge rogue runs, the ammo capacity is very important. Knee pads of the Nomad, lowish stamina roll, but still not bad. 7.5% exotic damage resilience, disrupt, blind, deaf, bleed. I think I'd much rather have burn somewhere in here, but maybe you're running it with Pharaoh's Mask, I don't know, and you don't think it's that big of a deal. I would roll exotic damage resilience here for armor, obviously, because armor is best in slot. Another Lone Star holster. Oh my god, this Lone Star holster is very strong. It's got all rolls over 1200. Actually, all rolls over 1230. That's insane. You just roll the pistol damage for armor, get a high armor roll, and then that is a godlike Lone Star piece. If you guys are going for Lone Star, my lord, that is such a good piece there. That's definitely worth getting if you're, you know, building an LMG build. Final measure gloves. 1214 firearms. Definitely isn't too high of a roll. It has LMG damage, health and kill, pistol damage. These are DOS poop. You don't want them. Alright, off to DZ5. Alright, let's see what we got here. So these look like to be weapon mods. Dude, why did he knock the flashlight off the table? That's hilarious. Alright, so quick release magazine. 26.5% reload speed, don't need to worry about that. There's a suppressor here, 7.5 crit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, 2.5% stability. That's a pretty good suppressor there if you're looking for a suppressor on a smaller weapon, like an SMG or something. Hand stop, foliage green, I wouldn't really worry about that. There's a holographic sight here with optimal range, accuracy, and crit hit damage, so definitely would skip this unless you need a suppressor for one of your smaller weapons. Alright, let's see what Dark Zone 4 has to offer. There's only two things here. So 2% pulse critical hit damage, definitely skip that. Prototype stamina mod, 230 stamina, 1.0% crit chance. Okay, that's definitely not worth grabbing. I think it's safe to say you could skip that safe house this run. Alright, we're here in Dark Zone 3. So there's going to be weapons here. Okay, so let's check this out. So there's a Magnum here. It's got Toxic on it. Mp5ST. Ooh, very, very bad rolls. Enhanced ACRE. This was the gun that I was using recently. That's not bad. Destructive, and you got Vicious here. You just roll focused for something else, like Brutal. And this won't be a bad rifle. I think you guys will be surprised with the ACR. It's very strong. A little bit low enemy armor damage roll, but might be worth picking up. 416,000 credits, though. It is pretty steep, so maybe you want to skip on that one. Marine Super 90. Once again, M700 Tactical. If you're trying to look for a sniper rifle, 161% headshot damage is not too bad. Roll Ferocious here for Brutal, and then you have Brutal Destructive Elevated. You might want to try that out. Classic RPK 74 with Vicious, Dominant, and Fierce. Ooh, that's actually really good. You could roll this for Brutal, and you'd have Vicious, Brutal, Fierce. Not too bad. 12% damage to targets out of cover. But don't forget, 416,000 credits. That's quite steep, so I'd probably skip on that. Alright, the last Dark Zone safe room. Let's see what's here. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be where the gear is. So there's a mask here with Enduring. While in the last segment of health continuously regenerates to fill up the whole segment. That's awful. I don't know why that's even a talent. Robust here, which is, I think Robust is a decent talent for chest pieces. It has armor and health on kill and ammo capacity, but it has an extremely low firearms roll here, so I would definitely skip on that. Resourceful, skill power, this isn't very good. Skip knee pads as always. Sturdy, increase armor by 15% while staying more than 4 seconds in the same cover. decent stamina roll. If you wanted to do a high-end build, I think the holster is probably what I'll do. I don't think I'm going to be doing like Bliss's holster if I do a high-end build, so this wouldn't be that bad to pick up. Just roll this for armor. And then we got gunslinger gloves that have a really high firearms roll, but then it has shotgun, pistol damage, and damage to elites. So definitely not worth picking up in my opinion. So now we are going to go over the must-buy items from this week in the Dark Zone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop the video a like, and I'll talk to you guys soon. If you're in need of a very good SMG, the Navy Mp5N in West 46th Street is a very good pickup for 416,000 credits. On West 39th Street, you have an infantry MG5 that is also a very solid pickup for Lone Star builds. The gunslinger gloves in East 53rd Street with Savage are a must pickup for all builds. And that Lone Star holster in DZ6 safe room is definitely worth grabbing if you ever plan on doing a Lone Star build.